guys? All Talk MMA back again with another video. I'm back. I'm consistent now. You know, this is a start. I'm going to try to upload a few times a week, keep my shorts going, try and do every card coverage. That's what my aim is from now on. Different type of video today. Today I'm doing all the UFC main events so far of 2026 as of the 29th of July, just before the UFC Serbia card that no one cares about. Going to do it in chronological order. So from Gaethje Pimlet to the most recent one, Ankalaev vs Guskov. Going to start off with Gaethje vs Pimlet. Really cracked on the Paramount era straight into the classic tier. So Gaethje Pimlet was the fight for the belt when Ilia Topuria had to be sidelined due to personal reasons. This was the main event of the first Paramount card, and it delivered. It was a 5-round war. It was crazy. It was everything. It was amazing. Just what every fight fan wants to see. No finish is probably the only bad thing, but from the first bell, I was working at the airport, and I remember 5 in the morning. I live in the UK. I was watching this, and I thought, this is absolutely crazy. It was amazing, just non-stop. I thought my initial thoughts going in was that Paddy Pimblett was going to win by submission, but he didn't grapple once. Justin Gaethje is so tough. The greatest lightweight fighter of all time, and I'm so happy for him that he finally got that undisputed belt. A true legend, and this fight is definitely a classic that people will watch back in a few years to come. It's got absolutely everything. It is amazing. Moving on, we've got Volk versus Lopez 2. So just the categories here, sorry, we've got classic, so just a fight that you'll watch back, you know, if you want something to watch. Worth means worth staying up. It was good. Wasn't amazing, but it was like, oh, this was a good fight. Mid is just fucking average. Just mid fighters fighting for mid opportunities. And it's just mid. Is just like, That's the best way to describe this one. And irrelevant is Muhammad. sorry. Irrelevant is just. That's the best way to describe that. So moving on, Volk versus Lopez is so fucking mid. Volk versus Lopez 2 is mid. Volkanovski, I think, didn't fight until this rematch, but Diego Lopez beat Gene Silva, my favourite UFC featherweight fighter who's active. Beat him fairly, I think it was round 2. Pretty sure it was just round 2 finish. Great spin back elbow. Should have had his rematch against Movsar Evloev, or should have been Evloev for the title, or even should have fought Lerone Murphy. He should have had one more fight before the belt. Both fights are pretty much identical, but this one was even more dominant by Volk. I'm pretty sure Volk got dropped twice in the first one. Volk won every single round. Maybe those won. I'm pretty sure 50-45. It was so fucking average. Volk was brilliant, just being Volk. So intelligent, switching it up, just all-round great. Diego couldn't get near him for all 25 minutes. Just such a mid fight. Batista vs Oliveira. I'm gonna say it was worth. It was worth staying up for, especially as a UK fighter. I know it was Apex. I know it's Mario Batista. Not the most exciting fighter normally, but this was decent, you know. Mario Batista in recent times, I fucking hated him against Jose Aldo. Cost me all a bet slip. I had Jose Aldo to win. He got some heat for that. He fought Patchy Mix. Showed Patchy, look, this is UFC level. This is what you got to be like. Then he fought. It might have been straight Oliveira from this. Oliveira, I think, was favourite going in, or it was close odds. Vinicius Oliveira beat Ricky Simone and someone else before this. But Vinicius Oliveira, he's a massive 135er. Sorry, Nurmagomedov. Vinicius Oliveira is a massive 135er, sorry. And I think he had a terrible weight cut because he gassed out straight away. He got a grapple, got his back taken, and it was a great performance by Batista. Batista's already fought again. He's already beaten Corey Sandhagen and avenged that loss. And I think he should fight Sean O'Malley next. Or Eamon Zahabi. I think if Sugar can have one more, Batista would be a great stylistic matchup for Yan or Marab. Because just due to similar build, good on the feet, good grappling. I think that'll just be a great tune-up for Sean O'Malley for the belt. So I'd like to see him fight Mario Bautista next Sean O'Malley, but I don't think he will. But yeah, I think this fight was worth enough for. The next one is, again, with Strickland versus Fluffy. Great fight. Really enjoyable. Sean Strickland did great, got the finish. Beautiful, neat body. Fluffy was favourite going in, but you know, Sean Strickland is the boogeyman at 185 and he put on a great performance. It was definitely worth staying up for. I can't really remember the co-main. I think the co-main might have Uros Medic in, maybe, when it be Jeff Neal. But Strickland got that bounce back, fought for the belt, and now he's world champ, 2-time champ. Great performance from Strickland, and lots of positives to take from it. Yeah, worth staying up for. Fluffy, I think he'll come back. He should fight Kyle Barajo, Brendan Allen, Odia, or Joe Pyfer. One of them four. And I think he'll fight one of them four. Next one. Oh, apologies. Next one is. Sorry. Brian Moreno versus Luna Kavanagh. I'm going to put it in mid. This was the same day as my birthday. I had it on in the background. I was busy, but it was on in bars. And it was alright. 125 as it's hard to get exciting 125ers, but flyweight is in a really good position right now, so we have to give them that. And the fight was just mid. Lorna Kavanagh probably did win, but later rounds, Brandon Moreno's putting it on him. It was close, but I think Lorna Kavanagh did win 3 of the rounds, and I think it was just a mid fight, really mid fight. Next up, Max Holloway versus Charles Oliveira. I was watching this in a strip club, and this was the most fucking boring thing in the world. It was like a jiu-jitsu drill of back control, defense, and that's all it was. It was just Max Oliveira defending the back. He looked really bad in this fight, Max Oliveira. It was really weird. I think this is the style matchup for Charles' grappling. Obviously, great one for Charles, BMF champ, cementing his legacy. He's one of the top 155ers. And yeah, I think, I don't know, I'm just not a massive fan. So, that's the best way to describe this. There might be another Max Holloway fight, which is, Right. I'm going to put this, it's worth and mid in between, just because we expect it, but since you get it to finish. Ahmed versus Ken Vallejos. Ken Vallejos, one of my favourite prospects in the UFC, probably my favourite prospect in the UFC. I wish he had a trading card. Ken Vallejos, round 1 knockout, news can happen. Grandad, tell us about the war. Josh Emmett, just too old for this shit now. Needs to retire. I was going to put it in mid because I thought everyone expected this to happen. So I just thought maybe it's not worthy of the top spot, if you know what I mean. But I'll give it to him. Fair enough, got the job done. Yeah. I'll say it's worth staying up because we've got to see a good finish. But yeah. Laura Murphy from Mozov Elvoev. Yes, it was a decision. Yes, it wasn't amazing, but I think it's definitely worth staying up for. You know, Evloev, we as the decision match, Laura Murphy decision match. Laura Murphy started the fight really well in London. I'm not sure if London is his hometown. I think Manchester's his home. Pretty sure he trains in Manchester. But still, local home support for Laura Murphy. Did well 2 early rounds, gassed out a bit. Evloev took over. I think Evloev did win. And that's the outcome that happened. I think it was close. Evloev should be for the belt next. I would have Gene Silva fight Laura Murphy, and I'd have Moza Evloev fight for the belt. I think this was the belt, this title eliminator, and it was worth staying up for. It was a great fight. Again, quite a common theme with Worth. Adesanya versus Pyfer. It's just not a classic bracket, and it wasn't mid. It was a great fight. Adesanya first round, putting it on Pyfer, did really well. Pretty sure he won first round. But second round, I think chin's not there. I just don't think he's there anymore, just due to his age. He's completed everything he would have dreamed of in the UFC. And I just think the fight was worth staying up for. It was a great fight. Joe Pyfer, He's got that power. He did some great grappling. I'm pretty sure it was, I can't remember, it was TKO submission. It was basically on the other. He had him flattened out. But it was a great fight. Joe Pyfer is definitely top 5 material. I'm pretty sure he's in the top 5. And I could definitely see him challenging for the belt. I'd have Pyfer ever fight Jack Manson on a, just to get that win back. Because I do believe he'd win. Or I'd have him fight Fluffy, Kaio, Brendan Allen, Odio, or something like that. Moving on, Mike Carnovis, Chris Leroy Duncan, just Chris Duncan. Chris Duncan was a favourite. So it was the freest money on money. Mike Carno, he's back locked in. I think Mike Carno just had to prove, like, yes, I am rank worthy. I am good enough. My jiu-jitsu is good enough. I'm good on the feet enough. My wrestling's good enough. My takedowns are good enough. Chris Duncan is a tough SOB from Scotland who is game, who can grapple, who can strike, and I think he found his limit. I think Chris Duncan can definitely be a top 15 ranked fighter. He can definitely be top 10 at a push, like number 10 to number 15. I think that's his bracket, but I just think he's capped. But I think from his career and everything done, Chris Duncan should be super, super proud of main event in a UFC card, and it's something no one can ever, ever take away from him. I just thought the fight was a bit mid. It was nothing exciting, and it was alright. Moving on. Yuri Prochazka versus Carlos Ulberg is the most fight. One of the most fights on this list. So Yuri Prochazka comes out beating his chest, being a really weird person. Carlos Ulberg knee blows inside that leg, instantly blows. And Yuri's trying to be a bit peaceful. He's not trying to kill him or even just stand really, really far back so he has to walk. Ulberg has to walk on it. He's shown a bit of mercy. Hit some good shots. Everyone's thinking so. DC scream. Oh, he blew his knee out. Oh, I think it's over. Joe Rogan. Oh, I think he blew his knee out. Oh, his knee's gone. It's his meniscus. It's the ACL. It's the MCL. Oh, he's out. He's out. But then in reality, Carlos Ulberg throws a massive left hook and knocks out Yuri Prochazka. It's the most fight, I think, on this list. I'm going to just put it there. It is That's the best way I can describe this. Just Yuri Prochazka, man, one of my favourite UFC fighters ever. Just so good to watch. Should be champion. It's a shame. It's a real shame. This piece of shit is irrelevant. Gilbert Burns, I'm pretty sure he's retired. Legend, though, to be fair. Mike Malott. Good welterweight, never going to be anything ranked, highly ranked in terms of the number. Just fucking who cares about this? No one cares. He was always going to win Mike Malott just to the downfall of Gilbert Burns he'd been on. Such an average fight. Yeah, that's the best thing to say. Irrelevant. No one really cares. Speaking of irrelevant, the most irrelevant fighter in history, Aljamain Sterling, someone that no one really cares about, won the belt like a pussy, defended it against Yan, close fight, defend against Cejudo, I could defend the belt against Cejudo, gets knocked out by Sean O'Malley. Yeah, just so mad. People say good MMA. It is good. Aljamain Sterling is an amazing fighter in terms of skill. He is so good at grappling. He is good on the feet. He's been ranked for ages. He's an elite fighter. I will give him that. But it's just boring to watch. This is an entertainment business. MMA, UFC want exciting fighters. The most exciting fighters get the best pay. Is Paddy Pimblett the best 155 in the world? No. Is he probably getting the best or second best pay? Yes. Why? Entertaining. Is Conor McGregor the best ever UFC fighter, or even a top 5, or even a top 10? No. But is he entertaining? Yeah. Does Kobe Covington absolutely suck? Yeah, but he's entertaining. You know, all these things matter. Aljamain Sterling's amazing in terms of fighting, but he's not entertaining. Yusuf Zalal came back in the UFC, put on some good displays. He had a shit fight against Calvin Kattar. Got a nice arm ball against Josh Emmett early. If he had won this, he would have been in a great position. But meh. Next phone. This could be a classic, but I think it's just Yeah, I'm putting it there. I should put it in classic. GDM versus Carlos Platz. Carlos Platz, unbelievable. Kickboxing. He has the true death touch at 170 pounds. It is frightening his power. That's why I think Ian Gary is the deserved champion. Deserved contender, just due to this power, due to being able to handle the power for 25 minutes and not really get caught badly popping the last minute or last 5 minutes. Sorry. JDM just coming off losing the belt to Islam. Really tough fight, really tough bounce fight. You know, fighting Pratt. Leg kicks were a massive issue. Pratt's leg kicks early doors were so good. Prates, whatever you want to call them. Leg kicks were great. And he did put on a great performance. I don't think anyone can take that away. It's so close to being a classic just due to how good of a striking performance it really is. JDM tried to wrestle a bit round one, but then it just changed. And Pratt is a killer. Him and Gene Silva, so good to watch. Next one, not even a debate. It's a classic. It's a UFC classic. It's a true story of America versus Russia-ish. Just Sean Strickland, a massive underdog, like he was against Israel Adesanya back in 2023. A huge underdog against Khamzat Chimaev, an absolute wrecking force, a wrestling machine, a killer, a straight killer, an animal. In my opinion, it was destined for greatness. I knew before the fight there was no one at 185 pounds except for Sean Strickland due to his style in wrestling. There was no one who could have beat Khamzat Chimaev except for Sean Strickland. And I didn't mean I predicted Khamzat Chimaev to win, of course, by round 2 submission. But what I mean is, in terms of the wrestling defense and submission defense, was the only thing I thought that could have kept Sean Strickland and the stamina and the cardio. And that's the thing that what's played the fact that Khamzat Chimaev did not make 185 pounds. You can tell he wasn't good on the scales, and it just didn't seem right. Khamzat Chimaev looked like he struggled. He gassed in the second. He clearly won round 1. He clearly won round 4. Sean Strickland round 2 and 3 was tremendous. Excellent jab, excellent defense. Did well getting on top of Chimaev when he failed that takedown. I love that shot from Sean Strickland of parrying the left hand and cracking a right hand over. He is so intelligent, Sean Strickland. He does not give himself enough credit for how good of a fighter he is. And this was truly amazing to watch. You know, I think it was Sean Strickland's fight. I think he did win 3 rounds to 2. Round 5 was close. I think people would have shouted robbery if Chimaev had got away. If Chimaev had won, he would have got away with one. He would have really got away with one. But I think overall, Sean Strickland did win. And it was an absolute classic, and it was a fight I'll be watching back for years. Oh, yeah, mid here. Arnold Allen versus Ezekiel Costa. Let's call him Costa. Arnold Allen needed a bit of a step down in opponent level from Gene Silva, who was surfboarding on him, and his opponent before. I can't remember. He's fought like Holloway. He fought some great fighters before. Fought him for Evloev. He needed a little step down. Costa was rising. Was looking good. First match finish, Dan Ige. Good wins over Andre Fili. Nice guillotine. Excuse me. But this was a good fight in terms of like making sense, location, and I think it was an excellent performance from Arnold Allen. He was great from start to finish. He was consistent, pushed the pace, hurt Costa. Costa showed signs, but I think Costa can go far. I think this is a great lesson. 25 minutes of a good ranked fighter has been ranked for a while. And I think that's fair enough. I think Costa will learn from this and we'll come back a better fighter. Just mid though, no one really cares. Song vs Figgy, could not tell you a thing that happened. I didn't even know this did happen. Figgy's just washed now, but he's good enough to just keep people ticking at 135 like Umar. Song's very good, excellent low kicks, good wrestler. I know Figgy's got excellent jiu-jitsu, great on the feet though, strong boxer, hits hard, hits like a truck. And yeah, irrelevant, just irrelevant. Bilal Muhammad. Moving on to the UFC White House card, an absolute classic. I'm going to put this in classic order. So, Ilia Topuria comes in, massive favourite. Everyone's thinking knockout or even a submission. Everyone's thinking that. Justin Gaethje, the American, the All-American, NCAA wrestler, veteran, top 5 for 8 years, killer, strong, embodiment. And this was exactly what Ilia Topuria didn't expect. I don't think anyone expected. First round, Ilia Topuria gets a shock to the system. Gaethje's landing massive bombs, huge shots, cracking Topuria, hurting him. Then Justin Gaethje gets really badly hurt in round 2. I think Ilia Topuria just needed to step away and make Gaethje stand back up, and he would have finished it. Then body shots look ruthless. I think there might be a rematch down the line, but Justin Gaethje does not seem too keen. So I think it will be Arman Tsarukyan for the belt next. Ilia Topuria needs to realise that to become a massive star, even though he is one, he needs to fight more regular. Conor McGregor became a massive star due to his activity as well, and winning and backing it up. Ilia Topuria is having 1 fight, 2 fights a year, and he needs to fight more often. He needs time to recover from this one because he did get fucked up, but he needs to fuck it out. Great fight though, absolute classic. It was such a fairy tale at the White House. Justin Gaethje finally getting the undisputed gold, and he could not deserve it anymore. Truly excellent fight. Noah mid one, Manel Kape, Horiguchi. Manel Kape definitely should be fighting for the belt next. It was an excellent performance against Horiguchi. Horiguchi looked brilliant in his UFC returns against Tagia and Amir Albazi. But this just did seem too much for him. It was a great performance by Horiguchi. Sorry, Manel Kape. Manel Kape managing to get them finishes. Did super well. And it was truly impressive, to be honest, what he was able to do. The power of Manel Kape as at 125 is actually pretty good for 125er. And I think he's really got what it takes, to be honest. Really impressive. And he should be fighting for the belt next. Just a bit of a mid fight. No one really cares too much for lightweight fighters. So I just think it's mid. Rafael Fiziev versus Pau Torres. Just a mid fight. Fiziev did well. Great. I mean, there's great kicking exchanges and striking exchanges between the two. Fiziev did well to get the win. Pau Torres looking like a real hard hitter. Fiziev just got finished by a really hard hitter in Houthi. But he did very well to bounce back and get the finish. Sorry. Decision, I'm pretty sure. No. Just got finished against Houthi. Came back against another hard hitter. But managed to do well to survive. Probably the most fight of the year without Oldberg. It would have to be McGregor vs Holloway. Conor McGregor, most anticipated comeback in a while. Blew out his knee straight away from a flying switch kick, jump kick, switch kick, jumping switch kick. And Max Holloway knows he's instantly done. It's just such a terrible watch. I would not recommend. So disappointing. Just so yeah, just mad. Another fight would have to be this. Just Usman just finished so washed, got rocked so many times. Great performance from Dricus. I think Dricus is one fight away from the title, but he could be next for the title due to his history of Sean having 2 wins on him. Makes sense for Sean Strickland to fight Dricus next. Dricus is a tough guy, great fighter to be honest, even though his weird style, but the fight's just the way the strikes land from Dricus. Finish off, absolutely irrelevant, no one cares, so boring to watch, horrific. I'm not speaking on it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Comment for any other videos if you want to see any more tier lists. And yeah, appreciate it.